Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Ohio State Calling Show here at Ohio State at the voice of college football. I'm your co-host, Garrison Gay, joined here by my guy, Cleveland Mike. Please be sure to like, share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Again, everybody, this is the Calling Show, so this is your guy's show. Again, this is the voice of college football, which also makes you the voice here at our network. Mike.
Yes, sir.
Talk about here, my guy. And by the way, we are getting some recruiting news. And Steve, I do see you in there with your comment. I'm sorry, Buckeye Sean, with your comment there about some recruiting stuff. We'll get to that here shortly. But before we get to it, everybody, again, be sure to like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Mike and I, real quick, we're going to give our last comments here on the Purdue game. I'm sorry, Purdue game that Ohio State played. Ohio State plays this weekend. And again, everybody, this is the call-in show. So if you have any comments or any questions that you have for Mike and I regarding this game, please go ahead, put it in the comments, put it in the chat, call in. Let us know what's on your mind. Again, this is your day to say whatever you need. So if you look in the chat right now, you will see the call-in link. Mike, are there any last-second thoughts that you have about this Purdue game? Whether you may think Ohio State loses?
Nah,
what you got?
the Buckeyes just need to go out there and take care of business. And if they do that, they'll be fine. That's the biggest thing. We've seen teams go out here, they play with their food, and it's an issue. If they go out there and play with their food, then it's going to be an issue. The Buckeyes shouldn't do that. It seems like Ryan Day, Caleb Downs was speaking about he ramps the level of intensity up each week. So I'm expecting, Buckeyes should be putting BTA to Purdue.
Yeah, I'm right with you. This is the only only caution I have. It's minute, very small. Purdue, they're coming off of a really good game they played against the Wolverines. So shout out to the Wolverines for giving them some confidence. Look, man, games like this, Mike, I'm very simple about. Don't give the other team confidence and make them feel as though they can win this game or be in it. Do not give them to that, or do not give that to them. The Buckeyes, of course, our Buckeyes have been playing great over the last few weeks. Julian Sanders been playing his best so far. Bo Jackson just had his best in conference Big Ten game. The wide receivers just had their best game together. This is one of those games. Don't let up. Don't let up. Because the last thing you need is the Purdue Boilermakers thinking that they can play with the Ohio State Buckeyes. And that's just the last thing I have to say about that. And I'm sure the Ohio State Buckeyes and everybody on that team, Coach Ryan Day, from the top on bottom down, they will have that secure. But before we continue, again, everybody, the calling link is in the chat. Rob, we see you in there, buddy. Going to bring you up here shortly. I want to bring up an Ohio State commit flip that we pulled in today a few hours ago now, Mike. A pickup here that was much needed. During the offseason, Mike, I talked a lot about how I thought that though the recruiting class, I think currently ranked 9th or 8th, right in front of the Wolverines, a lot of people had some conservations about it. They thought that wasn't as good as it should be. And me personally, I thought that the only thing Ohio State needed to really do was pick up some corners. And boy, did they ever. So, everybody, I'm going to show you right here Ohio State commit Jalen Timmons coming here from flipping from the team in Tallahassee called the Florida State Seminoles.
The Seminoles.
The Seminoles.
I'm in Tallahassee with the Seminoles.
Tallahassee. And Mike, first I want to say this is a great pickup for Ohio State, a great pickup for OG Big Bars Walt. And the reason is because, with Ohio State, looking as it does now, me personally, I'm not sure what you believe, Mike, but I believe that the Ohio State Buckeyes are gonna like this is Igbenogsen's last year. I do believe that um I think who I think is our cornerback one, Jermaine Matthews. Mike, I think he's gone too. I think Jermaine Matthews is going to be at the worst a second round pick as a corner, and the
Yeah.
rest of that cornerback class or the cornerback room is very very. It's not light, but it's very young and talented. But I want to sit here and talk about this kid right here, who Ohio State again just picked up. Um, Getting out of Florida State, Jay Timmons out of Pine Ridgeland, Gibsonia, Virginia, for the class of 2026, 5'11", 185 pounds, number 17 class. I'm sorry, corner in the class of 2026. Flipped in Florida State. He committed there June 24th of this year, 2025. For all those that might not know this, he is a legacy kid. His father was a linebacker for the Florida State Seminoles. uh, Number 15 pick in the first round of the 2007 draft for Mike's Pittsburgh Steelers. Run the 10-9 100-meter dash. His junior season had 42 tackles, 10 pass breakups, 4 interceptions, 3 forced fumbles. On the offensive side, Mike had 40 receptions, 755 yards, 8 touchdowns. As you can see here, man, the kid's a really good player. Has a lot going for him, Mike. What does this commit mean for Coach Walt? Again, for some odd reason, Mike, I don't know if you remember this, but some people were kind of questioning Coach Walt on the recruitment. And I had no idea why, because Mike, maybe I'm wrong here. Did Devin Sanchez not commit last season?
No, he did, but when we lost Naeem Alford, people were a bit concerned about that. But here's the thing that you got to understand as well is what I felt about it is look at the room. You have an Aaron Scott in there, you got a Bryce West in there, you got a Devin Sanchez. You're talking about guys who are freshmen and sophomores. So my biggest thing about that was just people just need to chill out on Watt, man, and he'll make things happen. I'll say this, I'm big on, I'll wait till the player signs. I'm very big on that. But I mean, looking at this kid's tape, man, if he's able to stick and sign, I just like what he's able to do once he gets the ball in his hands. And that's the dangerous part, right? That you want is when you pick the ball off, you know what to do with it. And the last time I felt like we seen that was the secondary with Malik Hooker and Marshawn Lattimore, Garyon Conley. Like that was the last time we was cribbing like every pick. It was just like you don't want the boys to pick it because it's gonna go back to the house.
Yeah, man, I'm really happy about this, Mike, and the big reason why is because this was a need for this class, and it is a need for this team again with the inexperience, I would say, and how young the class of the cornerback room currently is. Almost got a tongue twister there. Not sure how because it doesn't rhyme. But I think it's really cool because if you look at the composite right now, depending on where you look, on 247, Jordan Thomas is the number 15 cornerback. Then you have him, Jay Timmons over at number 17. You're also adding that into a room. Shout out to Matt Guerrieri. You got Blaine Bradford. You got Simeon Caldwell. You got Kamari Bing. This class is looking on the up and up. And even Hayes Foster said today, when it comes to flip commits, look at Ohio State. And actually, Mike, me and you talked about this not long ago. Well, long ago, technically, but not too long ago, where we were talking about recruiting. And maybe you remember this, maybe you don't. And we said that I think, for Ohio State, usually they go more towards the forefront in recruiting. they get most of their commits earlier in the year. That's when Ohio State does their damage. And we've seen a lot of times where towards the end of the year, Mike, teams come back, they take our recruits, they flip our commits, but for better or for worse. Right now, you see Ohio State doing that. Mind you, on On 3 and Rivals, this is the number 2 cornerback in the class. And a lot of people might look at his height. He's 5'11", which, yes, that is something that I have talked about on this platform many, many times, that I do not like 5'11" corners. With that being said, clearly everyone else in the nation won. So yeah. I like it.
My thing is, Ryan Day is moving different. We've seen this since the national championship game, but also you have to pivot, right? Once you learn these different things, you have to begin to pivot. And one thing that we started to realize is Ryan Day is saying, hey, I'm not going to tip my entire hand to you guys at all. We're going to say, hey, this is what we can provide to you. And then later on down the road, that's when they'll tip their hand and stuff like that. Because what you saw was agents was still shopping around the commit and saying, hey, this is what the Buckeyes are offering. So then you'll get Miami like, okay, that's what the Buckeyes are offering. We'll come in later and then we'll offer more and say, oh, well, that was the Buckeyes' final offer. This is what our offer is. And then they'll say, well, we'll match whatever they come back with, we'll match it. It'll already be too late. So you just stay with Miami.
Yeah, Mike, and this is a bigger topic we can talk about another day. But, this exactly, Mike, is where I love the Ryan Day era, and knowing that as much as I love Urban Meyer, as much as I think Urban Meyer took this program to another level from what Jim Tressel took it, Ryan Day, he has surpassed Urban Meyer in every aspect of coaching at Ohio State except for one thing. And that one thing, Mike, is where I want to get into real quick before we get to our callers. That's being the team up north. And we are now in November, which is winning time. And so my question to you is, what right now, in order to beat the Wolverines, for what you see that they are, what do you think Ohio State has to work on, progress in, be better at before going into that game?
Well, we definitely need to make sure that we've locked down all the roles for our running back position. We also need to make sure that it seems like Tegra, he had one of his best games this season last week, but just making sure that right side of the O-line is getting the chemistry. But I'll say this. The biggest thing in that game is one thing that Ryan Day has always talked about is the sports psychology of it. I think as long as Ryan Day is going and seeing his sports therapist or whatever, we're good, because the game is mental. Last year, 1,000% mental. The year before that, 2023, it was just watching the All-22 film was brutal to watch. Just watching guys open, watching Ryan Day cook with the play calling, and just Kyle McCord not hitting guys. Like, it was crazy. So last year was mental. As long as Ryan Day, got his mental right, we'll be fine.
Well, before we continue, real quick, man, shout out to our guy, Johnny Olden Jr. If you don't already, everybody, make sure you catch up with Johnny Olden. If you're a Wolverine fan, he has great content there for you. If you are able to on Sundays, depending around the time, around between 11, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, you can check out Johnny on his college football calling show, where you can go in there, be like me, antagonize Wolverine fans, give them some knowledge, because God knows Wolverine fans can't do that. But Johnny Olden Jr. says, Gary, to stop yelling at clean Mike, watch your blood pressure go. Almost cussed, Mike. I almost said those last 2 words. Look, Johnny, this is
If
a
you
family.
if you did cuss, you'd actually been on par as long as it'd have been bullshit.
No. See, Mike, this is a sanctified show. I don't say those two words. So yeah, man. And then let's get to our guy, Buckeye Sean 007. He said something very cool here, interesting, Mike. We talked about this right before we came on here. He says, "Man, you guys, we got to get Legend Bay. He's a flip candidate. Root for root for some more Tennessee losses. Oh, for sure. No, and so Buckeye Sean, I looked him up, and I saw Carlos Lachlan, our running back coach, was his recruiter. He's a 5'10" guy, 175 pounds, has run as fast as a 10.23 100-meter dash. Which, if you're not a track person, which like Mike, like football, I chose football because I like playing it more. Mm-hmm. But track was my first love. And this is definitely a kid I want to be upset with Ohio State going after. Coach Lachlan has done a great job. He gets those high-end recruits. But I trust his development at that position. I think he does a great job there. And I think if you can get a kid at 5'10", 175, maybe by the time he's a sophomore, junior, he's around 185, Mike, and he runs a 10.23 at the highest or at the fastest, that's a kid you want to have in the program. How about you?
I mean, I just feel like we've seen it, man. We've seen guys who got the speed. I mean, we've seen the Mookie Coopers of the world.
10.23?
I mean, I feel like
that's Teddy Gibbs speed, Mike.
I just feel like we've seen the fast guys, and all they're going to be used in our offense as a decoy. You know, maybe we use them now. Now that we don't have Parker Fleming, maybe we use them now on special teams in return. You know, but other than that, I mean, he's not going. It would be very, very shocking to be like, okay, yeah, we're going to use this guy on the offensive side of the ball, and I actually see it, because normally we don't. We just don't. I mean, you're talking about. You have Jamison Williams, who we used as a decoy. Even Justin Fields said it or confirmed it. And, I mean, he goes crazy somewhere else. We had Mookie Cooper, who was supposed to be known for his speed. We didn't use that. Yeah. We had Jay Ballard, who was supposed to be known for his speed. We never used that. Like, we just don't use speed. So, as my guy Q would say, you're too fast to play here, my guy.
Well, shoot, everybody, there's a few things that you can do at the Voice College Football, and one of those things is make sure that you have all the up-to-date business on what's going on in the gambling world. Of course, if you are like me, and I'm not a degenerate, Mike. I'm not a degenerate. Maybe I might have spent $50 on Florida beating Georgia maybe 5 months ago. I might have done that. Was that a bad bet, Mike? But based on how the game went, was that a bad bet?
Yeah, it's still a bad bet.
They almost won. They should, Mike. Was that a hook? Was that a catch? Was that a catch?
Look, all I'm gonna say is it's a bad bet. Here's the thing. What was the officiating crew in the 2019 Ohio State versus Clemson game? What officiating crew was that?
The guy that's indefinitely fired from.
But everybody wants to blame him.
The SEC.
But it's the SEC, because it wasn't just him who's complicit. It was the whole SEC replay booth and everything.
Right.
How many times has Georgia been saved, and we see what we see in the replay booth, come back and say, no, you didn't see what you saw? That's why it's a bad bet. You bet on the SEC doing the right thing. That's your problem, Garrison.
Shut up, Mike.
Bad bet.
Well,
terrible bet.
Well, if you want good gambling, everybody, listen to Mark Rogers here, and he will help you out.
College football is even more exciting when you've got some action on the line, and the games are even better when you're cashing in. And the Voice of College Football is the place to be to get the greatest value. Start with my picks. 75% against the money line, 58% against the spread, and I've got a 40-plus year track record. 11-0 in the college football playoff for me last year against the money line, 8-3 against the spread. And I'm just the warm-up act. Steve Merrill of Wager Talk is our ace in the hole, show stopper. 7 years with the voice of college football, over 30 years in the industry. Steve gives us analysis on all the big games, but you can't miss Steve's weekly under-the-radar pick. 28-12 against the spread the last 3 years. You also get picks from some of our top analysts here at the Voice of College Football, including Corey Bratta, Matt Zemek, and Steve Dace. Check out those numbers. Become a YouTube or Patreon member for just $99 per month. Go to the main channel on YouTube, click join, and then select a betting tier. Do the same thing on Patreon. Make 2025 a winner now.
Well, Mike, before we get to our callers here, I want to bring up these comments real quick. Shout out to our boy Philip Buford. Says, Garrison, you betting on Florida makes it a bad bet. Screw you, Philip.
I mean, you got a point. Hey, shout out Philip. You got a point.
Hey, man, I'm not a DJ Lagway fan. I'm a DJ Lagway stan. And then shout out to Montana 808 beats OH.
Ayo.
You already know what it is, man. Well, we got two callers here, and I'm gonna bring them both up here. These two guys, Rob and Pete, from the Buckeye Battle Cry being one word show. Guys, how are you doing?
What's up? It's going great, man. Woke up this morning. Thank God that I'm an Ohio State fan, Ohio State Buckeye. So
Hey,
go on, let them know.
Hey, what did Jim Tressel say? He's his last. It was last year's team. He said one. Well, I'm paraphrasing here. Paraphrasing.
Yeah.
But he said one day you're gonna wake up and you're gonna say, "Thank God I had a chance to be an Ohio State Buckeye."
Ooh.
I think that every day when my dad, when I look at my dad's graduation thing, man, I'm like, "Oh my God! Thank goodness he graduated from there."
I'm saying, I can't believe it.
Oh, I would have
blessed to be Buckeyes.
Oh, but Mike, guys, if I wasn't the Buckeye fan, I wouldn't be. I'd probably be a State fan. Probably would.
Yeah, you can't align with anything that Michigan has, man. That's just the arrogance, the snobbery, the nose in the air, man. Who would want to be a part of that for real?
Yeah, that's what turned me away when I was a young kid. They're all saying victors and the best champions. I'm like, what are you champions of? I haven't seen anything.
Mike, the cool thing here is I'm pretty sure I'm right here, Pete, for you. Mike, yeah. You are currently talking to 3 Michigan-born Buckeyes.
Uh-huh.
Oh, wow.
I was born right in the belly of the beast, man.
Ann Arbor guy, yeah.
Yeah. Well, all my family's from Ohio, Ohio State graduates, man. First game was Ohio State game. Couldn't be any other way.
Mike, how does it feel as you being a Cleveland guy to know that there's a heavy set of us Michigan-born Buckeyes here in this state? How do you feel about that?
I mean, it's a good thing, but I ain't gonna lie, man. We thought that the people who were Team Up North fans in Ohio were weird. So
no, they are weird. They are weird.
Yeah,
because there's no one else to cheer for in the goddamn state.
Yeah, buddy. Oh man, we're missionaries in a foreign and dry and weary land, bro. It's crazy out here. But you got to have some stones to be repping in Ann Arbor. That's for sure. So.
Well, guys, before we continue here, I'm going to read the super chat here from our friend Don B. Garrison. Please put the F in half. No. You listen, let Don B.
He said cover that cold
No. Don B. I have an irregular hairline. Deal with it. Now, Don B. Here's the difference.
Coming for you.
I'm more handsome than you.
Whoa.
Dang, Garrison, let him know.
What Mr. Cohen? What was his song? I like to.
Miss you, man. No, Don B, bro. Love you, man. Don B is a very treasure person, this platform, man. We really appreciate you.
That's too fun.
But hey, let's start with Rob here. Rob, hey, what's on your mind, my guy?
Actually, Peter was gonna go first. He told me he's got a.
Either way, I do got to jump off real soon. But no, I did just want to piggyback off what Cleveland Mike was saying, man. I mean, there's not a single football reason why Michigan should overcome Ohio State on the football field this year. There just isn't one that exists. The only thing they do better than us is run the rock. That's it. There is no other reason on the competitive football field why Michigan should come out on top, except for what he mentioned. Do we have that mental edge back? Rob thinks we do. I think Garrison, as I've been listening to you this season, I think you think we got that mental edge, and my confidence is growing. I do see a different Ryan Day. I truly do. They're still in the back of my mind, like, don't be shouting out. Don't be, spouting out at the mouth like you like to do on Facebook or Twitter or whatever, Peter. But, because they'll come back to bite you like it did last year. But I'll tell you what, man, Julian Sain is one of the best quarterbacks I've ever seen in Ohio State. The accuracy is just so pinpoint, man. I've seen a bunch of analysts break him down, and he delivers the ball on time where it needs to be with the correct placement. And honestly, not even speaking about throwing, the play he made this last Saturday versus Penn State to escape the sack and elude that and pick up the first down on 3rd and 9 was probably one of the most impressive plays he's made all season. That shows me he can freaking do it all.
Thank you, Pete. That was my favorite play of the game.
Yeah.
Favorite play of the game.
Yep.
Because I feel like, well, I make it's a joke, but I'm very serious when I say this. I feel like in preseason talk, like when people talked about Julian, they thought that he was Damon Williams' size and had a little arm and had no athletic ability. He has over 600 rushing yards in his high school career.
Yeah, he can move.
And I think 300 of that came from his senior season. So is he Lamar Jackson? No. But he ain't Tom Brady.
No, he ain't a statue back there. He knows how to manipulate that pocket, man. It's impressive. Like, he literally does everything so well. And I'm literally every week just amazed at him by his play. I'm in awe watching him throw the football and lead the offense, stay calm under pressure. He stood tall in the pocket, too, on that deep shot to take the first one. When he was about to get hit, he showed some toughness that I didn't think he had preseason. He continues to impress me, man.
Second time he's done that, where he takes a hit and throws a dart.
Other one was Minnesota when he
good memory.
Hit Claire.
He got smacked.
Yeah, and I want to say this to you, Pete, man. Talk your crap, bro. Don't worry about these Team Up North fans. Feel that confidence. Right now is the time for you to feel that confidence, bro.
It is.
They're the ones who aren't confident.
Yeah.
And here's the thing what they want to have as their rebuttal when they take this L in November at home in 2A. Their rebuttal is, well, you guys weren't even confident going into the game. Bull crap. We confident. We going into the game. We putting BTA to Bryce Underpants right in 2A. Calling it here now.
Coming for all that noise. I like it. I need that pep talk because I usually am a smack talker.
Man, be confident. Be confident. All Buckeye fans, be confident.
Yes, I like it, man. I like it. Hey, I'm gonna jump off, man, but it was good joining you fellas for a hot second. Rob, I'll see you later on, bro. All right?
Definitely,
appreciate you,
brother.
Good night.
All right, Rob, what's up, man? What you got for us today, man?
Not much. You guys were talking about Ryan Day. I was, Peter and I, we were on a live a couple weeks ago, and he's saying, hey, man, like they've lost 4 in a row to that team up north. They, Ryan Day doesn't seem confident. It's a mental thing. I don't know how much confidence I have. I said, Peter, look at what happened, how the season finished. I feel like the national championship run was a complete reset for Ryan Day. This team, they seem like they have more of a business approach, just taking care of business every game, don't care about the outside noise. I highly doubt that Ryan Day has been on any sort of social media this season, because what gave me the impression was when he called out Lou Holtz on national television, and then you read that excerpt from Buckeye Brotherhood saying that, you know, when they had that meeting after they lost that team up north last season, that Day looked at those stats. Those stats were like really green in his head that, hey, we got to win the rushing battle. So we ran between two top 15 picks. And I just think that it was a reset. He has this newfound confidence. I've never seen him like pucker up on the sidelines when the game is close. You know, we've had a couple close games for, you know, we had that Texas game. The Washington game was close for a little bit. He never looked nervous once. I think he realizes what he has in his defense, just the talent. Matt Patricia always cooking up a masterclass scheme. I mean, for instance, Penn State was successful on some of those tosses. Literally, all Matt Patricia had to do was move Caleb Downs over that side, and they couldn't run that anymore. And then they realized, okay, I have the most accurate quarterback in all of college football. He's calm, cool, and collective. I've never seen a quarterback like June Saint be able to work the pocket and have such great pocket presence. Something that we definitely didn't have in Kyle McCord. Definitely, I mean, kind of in Will Howard, but I could see Will Howard kind of freeze up a bit as the pocket was collapsing. But Julian Saint just so innovative and just like, you know, Ryan Day has taken on the form of the CEO. Like, definitely. I don't see him trying to get into play calling. I don't see him, you know, again, nervous on the sideline or talking much during these interviews. It's just like business, business, business. It's so that's what I think is going to be the difference this season in terms of, you know, when they go into Ann Arbor. And, you know, I do predict them to win, and here's why. So I think that obviously Michigan's going to outrush Ohio State, but Ohio State is going to outpass Michigan. But it's going to come down to those third downs. Ohio State has been absolutely elite on third down, getting off the field, giving their offense the ball back, and the offense being able to churn out the clock. I mean, their time possession, they've won the time possession like every game this season. And, you know, Michigan, they aren't so good on third down on offense. They aren't so good on third down on defense. So whoever wins that battle is going to win this game. I don't know what your guys' thoughts are.
Yeah, no, Rob, we talked about this. Mike, what do you think?
My thoughts after I was on the phone with my guy Cam, you know, from Best Damn Media.
Shout out to Cam.
And we were literally on the phone and we were looking at the games all the way back to 2019. And that was the last time that we made the team up north punt in the fourth quarter. That was the last time. And since then, we have only made them punt in the second half, which would be the third quarter, only twice. So since 2021, they have only punted in the third quarter, the second half, twice. Do I believe that that's going to happen to a Matt Patricia defense? Hell to the no. So, yes, I'm highly confident. And then when you talk about the offensive side of the ball, if Ryan Day goes out there and cooks the defense and schemes up like he did when he had Kyle McCord and has that confidence like he did, I think we will be totally fine, man. Totally fine.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'll tell you what, like one stat that I love looking at is that I like to look at third quarter stats because that tells me what are you doing after halftime, what adjustments are you bringing in. Like I'm looking at right here, like the Wolverines, they give up 2.7 points per third quarter. And so, like just to add on to the great points that you brought on, Rob, I think that's one of the things they're going to like dictate this game too. Look, when you come on a halftime, what do you see? Do you think that are your eyes telling you what you really know or not? whether it be for the players, whether it be for the coaches. I think there are things that the Wolverines pose that are challenging, but I don't think it's anything that the Buckeyes can't handle. And I don't think we had to run more. I don't think we had to rush more. I thought this last year. We don't listen. All right. Sorry, guys. Give me a 30 seconds to a minute to rant about this.
Uh-oh.
I can give a damn about that. Whoever rushes for more yards in the game between Ohio State and Michigan wins. Don't care. Don't care. Ohio State could have won that game. They should have won that game last year without even running the ball once. That's a fact. We didn't have to. We did, and like Michigan fans that don't. I'm sorry, Teton fans that don't have any common sense don't understand that the difference between throwing the football out of tight sets and wide sets, and why throwing the ball out of tight sets would help you guys out. But if you don't understand that, it's okay. But no, I don't. Ohio State isn't anything with. I think Robbie. I think you're essentially saying this. We don't have to win the rushing battle to win this game. The Ohio State running backs, or the Ohio State running game, has been good at big plays. No, but has it been good on a down and down basis in situationally running? Yes. Yeah, I think if Ohio State throws north of 250 yards in this game, we win. I really believe that.
Yeah, here's the thing, man. I've seen a lot of hate from that team of North fans about Ohio State's run defense. Our run defense is currently, I think, 7th or 8th in the nation, only giving up 83.6 yards per game. People are making a big deal about, those 2 touchdowns that were ran against Ohio State when they played Penn State, and just like we made the adjustments. They weren't successful once the whole second half trying to do that little pitch to the left, and it's just like they had 55 rushing yards all game. Well, that was because their Penn State's quarterback ran in the opposite direction from negative 35 yards. But still, man, even if without that, they only rushed for 76 yards that game. And if you want to look at it in retrospect, Katron Allen rushed for 100, I think it was 125 yards on 28 carries against Iowa, who currently has the number 2 defense in all of college football. Mm-hmm. So you know what? We may. So in terms of the run game on the offense, well, one of the trenches in terms of pass blocking, that's the bread and butter. But I think on the defense side of the ball, Ohio State they have a good shot to win in the trenches as well.
Yeah, before we move on real quick, I want to point this out. Shout out to our guy, Dom B. Says, Garrison, please put that behind. No. Deal with the hairline, bro. Deal with the hairline. Just deal with it. And then he follows up with the 199. Dom B, always appreciate you, bro. Says, Ninja. I want to say how I would really say it. But Negro, you look like Gumby. I'm not saying that on here. I ain't calling you sexy. What we doing here? You ain't Julian saying.
Oh my gosh! Pause,
Hey, Mike.
bro.
Pause. Big pause.
Man.
Dude. So
Mike, you know I'm stupid. I like to say crazy stuff. And I want to point this out real quick.
Garrison been hanging out at the yacht club too much.
But shout out to our guy Corey Banks, one of our resident Wolverine fans here at the Voice of College Football. Bo Jackson has a high ceiling, but overall, you still showing the inability to run in between the tackles. Yeah,
Bo
I
Jackson ran
guess.
between Bo Jackson and Isaiah
No,
West ran between
no.
tackles.
Listen.
Guess what?
Mike, thank you for saying it. If you're talking about technically, James Peoples is not an upperclassman, but if you're talking about James Peoples and Donaldson, perfectly fine with that. Not the freshmen, not those two freshmen. Like Corey, I respect you. Like I think you know what you're talking about. But that's first off, because I love having you here.
Yeah,
But
if you're focused on Peoples and Donaldson, have
they
at it.
suck.
That's fine.
They suck.
If that's what you're watching film on, please be my guest. Be my
Yeah.
guest.
They
Enjoy.
want to be so worried about the run game because that's where it's at in terms of the game, the biggest rivalry in all college football.
And this was funny about it, right? And this is why I want to talk about this game as we get closer, as we're in November. If you're a Wolverine fan, so Corey Banks, anybody else, if you want to point out the Ohio State run game, I actually have no problem with that. I get everybody, if you're just joining us here right now, please make sure you like, share, subscribe. Outside of offensively running the ball, tell me where the Wolverines are better.
Not the passing game.
Not the run defense. Well,
Not-
run defense, arguably.
Yeah,
It's
I mean
not.
they're like top 20 run defense.
That's what arguably. Pass defense,
arguably.
no. Offensive line, no. Quarterback, excuse my language, fuck no. Wide receivers,
No.
you guys have a MAC level wide receiver group. Listen, man.
Mac level, you being disrespectful to Hendricks over there at Ohio University, bruh.
I'm gonna tell you this right now.
Don't disrespect Hendricks, bro.
No. Ohio, in terms of the pass game and through their quarterback, is more dynamic than Bryce Underwood in the past. Actually,
that wide receiver Hendricks.
I have so much I want to rant about. I heard, was it well, it's on our platform. Our fearless leader and CEO, Mark Rogers, had Isaiah Hole on today, and I watched and I listened to that while I was mowing the lawn, raking the leaves. Terrible thing about living in the Midwest. And I'm listening to him talk about his team. It's amazing to me, guys, the amount of excuses that they will pair to their freshman quarterback. It's funny, Mike and Rob. Earlier today, I posted Braxton Miller's true freshman stats. Braxton Miller is going to finish with more total touchdowns than Bryce Underwood has total touchdowns. Bryce Underwood right now, I think he's up to finish. Right now, he's on pace to finish with 9 passing touchdowns. Braxton Miller had 13 rushing and 13 passing. I don't want this to lead to me just crapping on that fan base, but you guys suck. Now we can continue with the regular programming and the show. And what else is on your mind, Rob? I'm sorry. Every time I think about them, my mind goes to a very disgusting space. Yeah. Which, by the way, if you're a Buckeye fan, if you're a Wolverine fan, but especially if you're a Buckeye fan, let me know if you will be in Ann Arbor for this year's rendition of the game. I will be there. I will happily show up with you. I will happily talk to you, have a beer with you. And then after the game, Mike and I talked about this. He'll be ready, set, and go on his computer and laptop to talk to you guys. I will be live in the big house with you guys, taking interviews from Wolverine fans, from Ohio State fans. to hear our glee and to hear their excuses. But yeah, Rob, what's up, man?
I feel like anybody outside of the Ohio State fan base has not really been paying attention to how Ohio State has truly been winning these games at all. From what I see, how they've been winning these games, great defense. I brought up the third down aspect, getting off the field on third down, and on offense, dude, they're not doing anything really flashy. I mean, just like what Ryan Day said is, we'll put the foot on the gas when it needs to be put on the gas. They've been the development of Julian Sane and the progression has been absolutely elite. Each week he keeps getting better and better. They give him more and more responsibility, but again, on offense, they're not this is not your 2021 2022 offenses where it takes a minute or less to score. This is your we are going to drive down the field, maybe a 5-yard pass here, a 20 yard pass here, maybe an 8-yard pass. It's 3rd and 7. We're going to rely on Julian Sane due to his accuracy, and we're going to churn out the clock. We're going to take 8-9 minutes, and we're going to rinse and repeat. And then when we tire down your defense, that's when we're really going to pour it on. I feel like that's how they've been winning these games. And if you can't say that, then you really haven't been paying attention. I don't know how you guys feel.
Real quick, guys, before we continue here, I do want to make sure that we do this because we have a lot to talk. I think we have a lot to talk about here. But to everyone else here and everyone else watching, if you are looking to get your business growing, get your business, product, service, or personal brand to the next level by partnering with the Voice of College Football, and let's discuss how you also can reach your target market. The Voice of College Football is a growing network with a large following. So let's find out how we also can help you grow with us. Check out the experience of one of our current partners, that being Win Agency, posted here on the screen. And just like them, we are here to deliver for you. Contact us at sponsorships at bocfb.com. Again, that's sponsorships at bocfb.com today. And guys, I'm sorry. Like, let me do this real quick. Johnny, my brother. I listen. I don't want to call you out here because you're my man's, But look, listen. Everyone knows my fire and brimstone speech from last year. Everybody knows that speech. It was a very famous speech between you Wolverine fans. It was great. Shout out to my boy Bryce from when we did the Scarlet and Blue show. But Johnny, I find you disingenuous because you see, you are a football fan over a Wolverine fan. I would assume so. You don't think your Wolverines are beating Ohio State. You don't think that. And if I asked you to, and if you had the gall to call up, you wouldn't do so. You wouldn't.
Nah. Johnny, I just got one question. However do you want it? Hey, however do you need it? However do you want it? Hey, however do you need it? Because it's coming, bro.
Hey, Mike, I got one for him.
How do you want it? Because it's coming, bro.
I got one for him. Shout out to Tupac. How do you want it?
Hey.
How do you feel?
Hey.
Hey, matter of fact, yeah, officially here on Ohio State, the Voice of College between me and Mike, we are now transitioning from Fire and Brimstone to How Do You Want It?
Yeah.
That's what we're doing.
That's all I want to know, Johnny. How do you want it?
They want to put us down for being confident, but yet, before the season even starts, what we had rolled out, they want to say that we're gonna lose 4 games. We're gonna have a down season. They're gonna get 5 in a row on us. There's no way that we're going to go into the big house and beat them, even since last year was one of their worst teams since the Rich Rod Brady Hoke era. So you know what? We deserve to be confident. We can say whatever you want because you guys have been talking all your smack all off season so far. You've been wrong. So
Well, and Rob, speaking of talking smack, listen, shout out to Penn State Sports Talk, because Penn State Sports Talk, you've been gone for the last few weeks. I'm not sure why. I can maybe assume a few reasons why you haven't been here, but I'm happy you're here. He says, "Why are the baby Bugs playing at 1? We play at big noon again this week." Hey, everybody, should Rob and Mike, should I go off on him, or should I give him grace?
Man, misery loves company. Leave misery alone.
they're down really bad.
Misery loves company, bro. That's all that is, bro. He needs some attention. He over here like.
And then right here, shout out to Tyler, man. He has a question for Johnny. He says, "Johnny, I got a question. Do you have Mason Graham on your team this year? Just asking for a friend." Oh man, but hey, Rob, while I got you here, man, get everybody, if you don't already, if you're a Buckeye fan, go ahead and check out Rob and Pete at Buckeye Battle Cry being one word here on YouTube. Rob, when it comes to Julian Sand, because this is a full-blown Julian Sand propaganda channel, is he the best quarterback in Ohio State history?
I say he has a big chance to be. I mean, he's doing a lot, man.
I see your face, Mike. You want to say it too.
Well, I'm not going to tout nobody like that. You got to follow it up. You know,
do.
I mean, if you're gonna be the best in history, I mean, you got to leave a mark. You know, I mean, I could say that Cardell left a mark on this program. JT Barrett left a mark on this program. Dwayne Haskins,
Troy Smith.
Troy Smith. I mean, you can just keep going.
Yeah, wait.
Honestly, all of these quarterbacks have left a mark except for one, and that's Honda McCord.
Okay, real quick, Mike, on your point, because Mike, you brought up a great point here. So you didn't mention CJ.
I mean, I was about to.
Yeah, I don't mean like you missed them, but I mean like you didn't mention. I want to bring this up here. Rob and Mike, who is the best quarterback in Ohio State history?
It's too early to say that. I mean, if we're not talking about Julian right now,
take Julian out of it. Who is?
It depends on what the criteria is. Wait.
Not the greatest. The best quarterback, not the greatest. Because
we're just talking about quarterback.
You as a player.
Oh man.
Because I think most Buckeye fans would say C.J. Stroud, and then maybe Justin Fields. So,
I was thinking.
Who are you thinking, Rob?
I mean, C.J. Stroud, Justin Fields pop in my mind.
Okay, so if you want to say C.J. Stroud, this is my argument for Julian.
And what Daniel Henry just said, Troy Smith was up there too.
No, Troy Smith can be the GOAT.
I mean,
but just because I'll give you an example, right? Just because you see George Washington's face on the Mount Rushmore first doesn't mean he's the greatest president or the best president.
Yeah,
he may be the greatest because he started it all, and that's how I feel about Troy. So, and this is my reason for Julian and what his projection is. Okay, I'm talking about the projection. If Julian's, and this is gonna sound so disgusting, but listen to what I'm getting.
Oh my goodness! Don't overdo it.
No, Mike, watch, Mike.
Don't overdo it.
No, Mike. I think you'll listen to me here. You'll listen to me. If Julian had the same 2021 defense, what would his stats look like?
They'd be out of this world, man.
Because I've seen people compare the 2019, like they compared Julian Sand to Joe Burrow. A lot of people are doing that right now. And then I see people saying, "Are you kidding me? He's not Joe Burrow." But then I asked this question. Do you remember how bad that LSU defense was? That gives your guys more opportunities, does it not?
It does.
So you guys have at it.
I mean, I don't know. My thing about that is like Julian with a 2021 defense doesn't allow him to possibly get where he's at right now, right?
CJ was a redshirt freshman too.
Yeah,
CJ
but we asked CJ starting off to do way more, like 100 times more than we ever asked Julian to do starting off a season. So that's why I'm saying it's way different. We don't know how Julian would have responded to being thrown in there where, man, I got to throw 40 times in my third damn game. Julian never had to deal with anything like that. So also, I mean, you don't know how he will respond. It's just very, very hard for me to think in that category. But I mean, yeah, I mean, as the season goes on, yeah, I mean, I think if we were running that, I think the better thing is if we were running that offense and not being as conservative, what would his stats look like? Yeah, I think they would be amazing if we weren't as conservative. But again, also is would he have the confidence that he has right now because he wasn't thrown in the fire? Some people can't respond that well to it.
Rob?
Yeah. You know, man, looking at what CJ Stroud's stats were in that in 2021, that offense, man. And then you have someone I mean, CJ Stroud was accurate.
The defense
but
sucked. The defense sucked.
Yeah,
He was on the
did
field a
suck.
lot.
So they relied on that offense a lot. That's where I was talking about scoring in a minute or, maybe, 2 minutes and just deep bomb after deep bomb with some of the, Chris Olave and Garrett Wilson.
Yeah.
So if Julian Sain was on there, they'd rely on him too. And due to his accuracy, his ability to work the pocket, because I don't know if you guys agree with me, but I think Julian Sain, CJ Stroud was elite. I mean, he was good in the pocket, but I think Julian Sain is better. He's one of the best I've seen, knowing how to navigate the pocket. So I think his stats would be really high if he was put in that situation.
Yeah, before we get out of here soon, next few minutes, this is what I'll say for Julian. And let me know what I'm gonna ask. Actually, let me ask you guys a question. Would you guys agree that? All right, I'm gonna make this a process. Have you guys seen people crediting Julian's success to who his receivers are? Yes or no?
I mean, yeah, folks. I mean, haters. Yeah.
Okay. Rob, have you seen that?
Could you ask it again?
Yeah. Have you seen people take Julian's credit away, and it's simple yes or no, by saying who his receivers are?
Yeah, I have, but here's the thing.
Wait, hold, real quick before you get there. I'm gonna get to a point.
Okay.
Who had a better receiver unit, CJ or Sain?
Man,
it's
CJ.
It's CJ.
Yeah, Chris Olave, Garrett Wilson.
Who is throwing the ball more accurately?
I'd say Sain.
Well, it's clearly Sain, right?
Yeah.
And that's where Rob and Mike, that's where I'm willing to jump off this ledge right now. Because if honestly, I actually say that at Ohio State, Justin Fields was the best quarterback because I don't know how you poo-poo 40 touchdowns and 1 interception in 12 games. I just don't. But, man, it's hard not to watch Julian. I'll tell you what, the guys over at and I'll stop before you guys talk and we can get out of here. The guys over at the Cover 3 podcast, they said you have to watch Julian Sand in person to understand just how good he is.
I'll ask you this, Garrison. I feel like I don't know. I feel like we didn't get to really experience the true CJ Stroud because he was on a leash. And I mean, Ryan Day even came out and said it before his draft night that he had him on a leash for 2 damn years. So, I mean, I just feel like a lot of things like we didn't get to truly see the true CJ Stroud how or experience him how we should have. Like we sitting here talking about like Ron made the point about the way that Julian navigates in the pocket and things like that. Well, CJ navigated in the pocket, scrambled around. He just never crossed that first down line. And there was a reason for that because he was told not to. So it's like if Julian was playing in 2021, who in that same backup quarterbacks there, he'd be on the leash and not be able to run past to the first down either. So
Man, it always used to frustrate me so much watching Stroud he literally be at the line like this. I'm like, dude, there's so much green in front of you. What are you what are you doing?
that's why you don't put a leash on your dogs, bro. It messes with their confidence and don't allow them to be who they truly are. And I can say, like, shout out to Sam for the way he has taken the conservative approach of his quarterback coach, Billy Fessler, of Ryan Day, and Brian Hartline. So I will say that mental fortitude, I'm sure that takes a lot when you know you're a gunslinger.
Did you guys watch Ohio State media's video today?
Not yet.
Man, Mike, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I gotta move my mic real quick. It's gonna have you guys like this. It's gonna have you like that. Sorry about that.
We're gonna have to get you in the boxing gym, Gary.
Yeah, no, my whole. I knocked this down. That's. I'm not a boxer.
We're gonna have to get your job. We're gonna have to get your job together.
Mike, I'm a wrestler. You give me that leg, you're going down, baby.
Yes, we gotta work on that job.
Mike, hey, Rob, man.
I will leave with this.
Mike, Rob, give your last thoughts. Make sure you tell everybody where they can find you, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
You guys have great content.
My last thoughts with so Julian saying and then the Ohio State Michigan game. So Julian saying, yeah, to their point, he has great receivers, but like just look at again the accuracy. So let's say that you had Kyle McCord on these receivers. They'd you want the ball right here when they get separation. He'd be giving the ball right here, not even close. But with Julian saying throwing to these receivers, they get separation, and then he hits them in perfect stride. They don't have to turn back the ball or anything, and there's no room for the cornerback to catch up. That's what people don't understand. I can't even argue with it. I can't. But going to the Michigan Ohio State game, here's what I think that Coach Day should do. He needs to bring Jim Tressel in and have him talk about the 2001 game where all these seniors came together, just like this team, a bunch, as Caden Curry put, a bunch of no-name defensive linemen who are just showing up doing their best, and talk about how all these upper-class seniors, they came together and they just said, enough is enough. We experienced too much pain, too much suffering, too much agony losing to that team up north, and this is the year we break it, and that's going to be in Ann Arbor. And then you had the famous 4th and 1 play where they took it to the house. So I think he needs to bring Tressel in, and some of those players, maybe Craig Krenzel, because that was his first big start, was in Ann Arbor, Michigan. But I heard about that story when I met him at a speaking engagement. So he needs to make that happen, because they need to hear about that team and all how they came together, a band of brothers, and they put their foot down and said, we're not losing this team no more.
All right, Rob, man, let everybody know where they can find you, brother.
Yeah, you can find my co-host Peter and I at Buckeyes Battle Cry. Battle Cry is one word. We go live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. And we're bringing you the latest content in all of college football, the boldest takes. So
appreciate you, man. You have a good evening.
Yep, you too, guys.
All right, everybody. Well, that is the end of our show. Of course, if you would like to catch us on, if you missed this, you want to catch us, go ahead and go to Spotify, Apple, or Amazon. You listen to us there, free for Ohio State, the voice of college football. Also, if you want to become a member, hit that join button and go ahead and click it. See the tiers that we have, that being the Block O Club, JT was a short, and we don't give a damn, and you know the rest. Mike, anything you want to leave everybody with?
No, I want to appreciate everybody for pulling up. I definitely want to give a shout out to our top fans on YouTube, since we were exclusively on YouTube today. But I need our Buckeye fans to do a lot better. Coming in at number 1 is the team up north's very own Johnny Odin Jr. So Buckeye fans, y'all disappointed me. Can't believe Johnny came in number 1, man.
Hey, shout out to Johnny, man. Shout out to Johnny, man. I appreciate Johnny, man.
We appreciate Johnny showing
the
love and support. Yeah, we'll definitely have to bring him on during the Team Up North week for sure.
Johnny's scared. No. Johnny's scared.
He ain't scared.
What happens is I will show up on a Sunday and go into the Hell's Den and talk to all of his Wolverine buddies. And he just sit there not saying a word. And I'll be wanting to say, I'll be like, hey Johnny. And I want to ask him questions. He don't want to answer them. So no, Johnny Odin Jr., someone who I've been a long viewer. I was watching Johnny 3 years before I joined. I was on here, like before you and Chris and everybody put me on. Johnny, you owe me.
Johnny, I think Garrison feelings are hurt, but I also want to get to the rest of our top fans. Coming in at number 2, we got our man Don B. Appreciate all of your support every time as well. Sage Ohio coming in at number 3, Aaron at number 4, and at number 5 we got Jam. So shout out to all of you all. Thank you. You can follow myself and Garrison right here on the Voice of College Football Ohio State channel. We are here Monday through Thursday bringing you content throughout the week. And also you can find me on the X app at 216_wildboy.
You can find me. I changed my name, everybody. And I'll probably change it again because I actually hate this one. It's GDG_OSU at VOCB. It's too long.
It's too much.
It's too much. I'm gonna be honest, Mike. I might just make it Big Daddy Gaddy again.
Too much.
But everybody, this is Ohio State Calling Show Live. Appreciate you, and as always, Mike OH.
IO.